everyone a glorious 4th of July, Independence Day. Now, let's look at the law from the macro to the micro. This is the law of correspondence today. You see, you know that the country is celebrating their freedom from Britain. That's the macro level. The micro level is you celebrating your sovereignty from the collective. But do you notice you're still part of things, but you have your individuality, you have your sovereignness as an individual. See? This is how we look at things. The big picture is the USA is celebrating their sovereignty. Now, as an individual person within that country, you celebrate your sovereignty also. Your sovereignty is such that you can think for yourself. You have the ability to discern. You have the ability to ask questions. You have the ability to change your life. We talk about the Boston Tea Party. They say, oh, we don't have tea around here. We drink strong coffee, thank you. Dumped all that stuff in the harbor. So what is it that you're going to toss out that's not yours today? You're going to toss out the concept that you are somehow not good enough. Toss that away. You can't make it without the hive. Toss that away. The hive or the collective is made up, or society is made up of strong individuals. What makes a strong individual? One who can discern, one who practices self discipline, one who loves their neighbor as themselves. Huh? When you bring these kinds of attitude to the collective now becomes what? A focused group of like-minded individuals. That's what is so beautiful. That is what is so beautiful about what you are looking at today. Oh, sure, there may be fireworks. There may be beer. There may be plenty of celebrations. But remember to celebrate you also. Remember to celebrate your sovereignty. Remember to celebrate your freedom. What does that look like? Again, it looks like you have the ability to think for yourself. If you see that something is not quite right in your life, you have the capability of changing it. You are your own government. You govern you. You. Because you are worthy and worthwhile. This is the beauty of what you have been given by way of law. So you see how we can use the law of correspondence? You can take the big picture and make it a little bit smaller and apply it to you. So you look back on this day, it's irrelevant the opinion of, oh, well, we weren't free at this time. Don't look at that, because that will blind the eye and make you upset. What you're looking at is your individual life and how you individually contribute to the whole. Do you bring life to the whole? Well, then you must be bringing life to yourself. How do you bring life to yourself? You bring life to yourself by recognizing your value. And if you can't see your value, that means you got to take a little bit more time and just observe yourself and you'll see it. Value is not hidden, it's there. But that's why I say when you take the time and you complain and you fret about this affirmative action and other things, you blind the eye to how you can use the law to further your own life and your own experiences within this life. This is the whole purpose of the reminder of your independence, your freedom. That's the whole purpose, not what they want to tell you. Hmm? Look at your life. What do you want to be free of? What kind of behavior do you want to be free from? Look in there and you'll see it. And you can say, today is Independence Day. Let me set myself free. And the moment you acknowledge what has held you captive, you'll be free of it. Well, you can't see, if you don't see the chains, you don't know you're captive. So look and you'll see it because you know what it is. Is it a habit? Is it a particular behavior? What is it? And if you don't have any of those things, throw some confetti and then decide, what beautiful thing would I like to experience on this lovely Independence Day? That's what you do. That is how you live it, and you live it to the fullest. Look at the energy of this day. There's more celebration than there is ho hum. Ride that wave of celebration. Allow it to raise your vibration to point yourself in the direction of what you want to accomplish. It's a boost, you know. You don't look at the celebration and go, what are you celebrating? Don't do that. Look at the celebrations and harvest the energy from that celebration. Meaning, whatever change you want to make in your life, use that positive energy that's all around you, this celebration, the cheering. Use it and cheer yourself on so that you can change. This is what we do. You use every available thing at your disposal. Don't complain, because then you're just sucking the life out of yourself. But use that feeling of celebration. Well, yeah, but I don't believe in that, Angela. You don't have to believe in it. But if you can feel the celebration, if you can feel the energy that is around you, the hype, if you can feel that, use it to fuel your own change. Let me see if I can break it down a little bit more for you. So you're walking down the street and everybody's got the noisemakers. Now, personally, I don't like a lot of noise. I don't like noise. But if I'm feeling a little bit, comme ça. If I'm feeling a little down, see that noise? I'm going to use that noise. How? To pump myself up, to cheer myself up and say, look, girl, what do you want to change? What do you want to celebrate in my own life? What is it? There's something in here I'm happy about. And that energy, you use it to make yourself happy, to boost your own concept of yourself. That's what you do. You don't be like the two old men in the balcony from the Muppets and be cranky, because then you're going to have to get up tomorrow, right? So use the energy from today. Use the essence and the power of such focused energy from today to fuel yourself and propel yourself through some change. So that when you get up tomorrow, you can say, oh, yeah, I made a change in my life. It feels good. You don't have to be stuck, right? Celebrate something. Celebrate you. Oh, Angela, you're so corny. No, think about it. Think about it for just a moment. I'm trying to put my glasses back on with one hand. There you go. Think about it for a moment. There's celebration all around you. Allow that celebration to consciously influence you to create change in your own life. Perhaps you couldn't muster up your own celebration to say, oh, I'm going to feel good today. Perhaps you couldn't do that, but it's all around you. So roll around in it. Everything is there for you to use to make yourself better. I trust that makes sense today because that's what I'll be doing. It's your guys' celebration, and we're on the tail end of ours. We had ours on Saturday, right? So take the time to recognize that all of this celebration that is going on around you, allow it to permeate so that you can celebrate you. If you don't want to go out and hang with anybody, that's okay. You don't have to hang out with anybody. But don't sit there and be sad. There's a whole bunch of celebration going on. Find something in your life that you are celebrating. That is what you do. That is how you harness energy that is around you. See? It is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Now, let's take a quick moment to welcome everybody to the space. Yeah? Twitter. Luke. Luke, I see you. And Lilith, I see you too. Uh, Ingina? Ingina, is that how I say it? Ah, Nina. Read, Angela, read. See why I have to put the glasses on? Thank you for pronouncing your name. I think I got it, but I could be wrong. You just tell me. Welcome to Twitter, and I see you. It's good to have you here on this beautiful Independence Day. Fanbase, who's here? We have, oh, my melanin, Miss McQueen Flo, Smiles, Yolanda, Zola. We have you here. You know who's missing from Fanbase? Summer Rose. And Smokin' is also missing. And so is Jamea. Remember tonight, 9:45 p.m. If you're still awake, we're gonna hit the bowl, right? I'll see you soon, fan base. You hold tight. Who's here? Facebook, we've got Indy, and YouTube, Agnieszka. Empress Ella, the better man. The better man says he forgot we were on. I know it feels like a Sunday, doesn't it? Yes. Well, for you, it feels like a Sunday. Hey, Ruby. And David, hi. Agnieszka, she says, thank you, Angela, for giving me another perspective on holidays, as I am the biggest Grinch you can imagine. I'm the cranky old man complaining about stupidity of holidays. Look, that's because I understand. I know too well. I know too well about myself. But the reminder always is to celebrate you and your accomplishments and how far you've come and the changes that you see in your life. That is cause for celebration. No, it helps you with your self concept. It truly does. It helps you to look at your life and go, wait a minute. I remember when I was, and you name that thing, and it's like, oh, look at how far I've come then. See, that that is the beauty of what we have around us. That's the beauty. And here's the thing, right? I said to a beautiful person yesterday, it's not always the thing that you get that you celebrate because things come and go. So, what if you didn't get the thing? You'd be sad? No. Here's what it is that thing that you're going to celebrate is you aligning yourself with the law and seeing the law of correspondence at work. That's what you're doing. The evidence, however, is that you got the thing that you created. But things will come and go. Things fade, yes. But what doesn't fade is your alignment and application of the law. And so when you apply the law and you see the thing come to fruition, you celebrate the fact that, oh my God, I just aligned with the law and this shit worked out. And you throw some confetti because you aligned yourself. Sorry, I shouldn't cuss. I'm a lady after all, right? I'm a lady, not a pirate. Anywho, you celebrate that you have aligned yourself with the law and you saw it materialize from within to the outside. You just gave form to something. You gave form consciously to something. That is what you celebrate. And when you celebrate that, you know what you begin to feel like? You begin to feel like, wait, whoa, 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 wait a minute. I can do this. And you roll up your sleeves and you say, oh, let me do it again. Let me do it again. And let me do it again. That's what you do. That's where you draw your joy from, not the thing. You draw your joy from the fact that you have aligned yourself consciously. And that's why if you get something that you think is opposite, right? If you didn't get the exact manifestation, what do? You say, oh, let me realign. You don't say, oh my God, I suck. You don't do that. That's not what's showing up. You're not seeing something because it's telling you that you suck. You're seeing something because as within, so without. So if it doesn't quite match, what must you do? Go back and realign. This is simply it. It's not telling you your worth or your value. It is telling you how you lined up. That's what it's telling you. So if you're seeing, it's like tasting the pot when you cook, you know? You're tasting it, you're stirring, you're stirring, you're stirring, and you taste, and you're like, oh, when you taste, you can add more of something that you think is missing. You align with your taste buds. It is the same when you're using the law. You see the evidence of what you're doing, and if it is not quite what you're looking for, realign your actions. You, until you tweak it just right. You see, there's no judgment there, right? This is the beauty of the holiday. It will always remind you, it will always remind you of the beauty you have within yourself. And that is the purpose of the celebration. You and the accomplishment, the change that you have made. Well, if that's not a reason to celebrate, I don't know what is. Right? That's what you do. Day in and day out. Day in and day out. Don't fret about what you see on the outside, because you can't break the mirror to change your face. As Neville Goddard so eloquently put it. You have to change the face that is casting the reflection. And how do you change the face? The behavior. What are you doing? That is what you do. Right? Wow. This is such a beautiful day. I woke up and the little birds are chirping. And I'm like, y'all don't rest, do you? But I figured if they're going to sing their song, I might as well enjoy it. Right? At least, I can't even say the magpies. They don't have the most beautiful song. They have a most persistent song. So you must admire their persistence, right? So you have to admire your own persistence, your own consistence, right? That's what you're doing. So to recap real quick, today is Independence Day. And that is a very, 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 very beautiful thing because it is showing you your independence from something that has held you captive for quite some time. It is showing you what you fought your way out of to be free of. It is cause for a grand celebration because you no longer have to stay in that life that you don't want to be in. You modified your behavior successfully, consciously, and you changed. That is cause for celebration. Virtual confetti. Throw virtual confetti. Because nobody wants to clean up regular confetti. Confetti's like sand. You can't get it out, no matter how hard you try. It is in every crevice. So virtual confetti is much greatly appreciated. So you see, my beautiful friends, today, I shan't hold you up. Nope, I'm not going to. Because some of y'all want to get back to bed because you get to sleep in. You get to sleep in a little bit longer. You might still be laying down. That's a good thing. But make sure today, as you are out and about, or maybe not, remember to celebrate your sovereignty that you fought tooth and nail for. Don't take that sovereignty for granted. It is yours. Celebrate it. Yes. And think about the unconditional love that gave it to you. Whether you deem yourself to be deserving or undeserving is irrelevant. Sovereignty belongs to all. Let me say it the right way. Sovereignty belongs to the all, so the all has given sovereignty to all. Yes? So marvel in your sovereignty and marvel in the fact you put in the work to free yourself. You got your mind right. When your mind pushed back and said, not today, you said, you will do as I say. And here's what you're going to do. That's what you did. You did that. So you frolic and you dance and you celebrate because you did it. So again, don't be cranky at all the noisemakers and the fireworks. Don't be cranky at that. Celebrate, harness that energy, and celebrate your accomplishments. That's right. This day is for you to celebrate what you have accomplished. And now a word from our sponsor. If you find that these morning inspirations and everything else that is shared here is of value to you and you want to show appreciation, it will, by way of donation, you can always do so by clicking the link below in my description in my link tree. And there's a little tiny sign, a little dollar sign. You can do that if you feel so inclined and moved to do so. And always know that I appreciate you, each and every one of you, because the love is palpable. I can feel it from the distance that you're at. Just wanted to say that. That was a word from our sponsor. I do love and appreciate you all. But you get it today, right? You get it today that all of this celebration that is going on is simply for you. Only for you. Sheila E., right? It's for you. So if you feel, well, nobody cares about me, shoot, the entire country is celebrating. They're celebrating you. That's what I mean by harness the energy. If you feel sad or unappreciated, the whole country is celebrating. They're celebrating you. Accept it. Accept it. Revel in it. Let it just saturate you like anointing oil. Let it saturate you. Let it do that. Ah, King of Kino, Suburb, I see you. But I trust this simple message makes sense to you today. Because believe me, I understand. When you look in the mirror today as you get ready, Look in that mirror and look in it and watch yourself. Remember, you're doing two things when you look in the mirror. You are watching yourself, but you are also doing something. You're posing, you're standing still, you're blinking, you're doing something. You are looking at yourself and you are doing something. And find one simple thing to appreciate about yourself that is reflected back to you. Just one simple thing. Oh, but Angela, that's so hard. I can't find anything. Then put your glasses on. That's what you do. Take the time and just look and find that simple thing to celebrate and appreciate that is reflected back. If you're like mixed genre, she's just got such creative ideas when it comes to marketing and saying, hey, look at this thing that can get the message out further. And I'm like, hey, that's a great idea. She genuinely, that's just who she is. She's so cute. And she's like, I don't think anything of it. I'm like, dude, not everybody is like that. That is so unique unto her. It's a beautiful thing to be celebrated, you know? So you see, we all have beautiful things. Empress Ella. She's got this softness about her, this gentleness about her when you speak to her. Such a sweet spirit. That's Empress Ella. Now, Agnieszka. Now, there's a beautiful person, too. Her creativity, her joy of living is infectious. Shoot, we're just going to go through all of you because I'm not going to say names and then not call everybody's name because I know all of you. Elle, you just popped into the space, baby. I see you. Elle, Elle brings a peaceness, a peacefulness. And my melanin with her soothing sounds. Flo smiles. She always has something culinary going on. I am not sure if this is intentional to tempt my taste buds. I don't know. But she just does. And Miss McQueen, our resident designer, sees so much. She observes. And then she speaks when she's moved to do so. KZ, my sweet Karen, eager to learn and understand. Ah, Yolanda. Now there's a curious one. Always open, ready with a kind word. Mm-hmm. My Zola. Now Zola's fired up, you know. Don't think just because she's quiet and soft spoken. Nah, she's out here in these streets applying this law day in and day out. Tenacity is what she's in. That's exactly what she is. Tenacious. And Indy always makes me laugh. Indy says what I'm thinking. She always makes me laugh. She's just always been that way since I've met her. Supreme, Supreme King. We've known each other for a little bit. A little bit. And you've always encouraged me. So thank you for that. Encourager. The better man. The better man is a man who not only does he want to know, he seeks knowledge. But he doesn't just seek it out. He tests what he hears and what he learns. And he practices until he gets it. And he shares. That is the better man. And my Ruby, oh, listen to her name. What a beautiful gem, yes? Ruby. She will ask questions until she understands. That is a beautiful thing because most people would just throw in the towel and say, I can't be bothered. Not my Miss Ruby. No, she puts in the work. David, my fellow Bajan, my fellow Bajan. David, what would I do without you? And that laughter you bring, that vibrant personality. Hmm? Where's my Asonia? I don't see my Asonia yet for the day. I don't see my Asonia yet. A woman of action. What needs to be done, Angela? That's Asonia, a woman of action. Now, I don't see him in the chat. I don't see my Emanon in the chat. But Emanon is dedicated. That is what he is. He's dedicated to the cause of learning and ever expanding. And then there's Brian. Brian, our resident writer, puts pen to paper. We have a few of those. I'm just going now because these people aren't in the chat. I don't even know if they're here, but I know them. That's Brian. Ultra. You got to get to know Ultra. Ultra is like this gentle giant. He really is. And he cares. He's got such a soft heart. And that's not where he came from. I can't tell you his business, but I'm just saying that's not where he came from. But he's fostered this soft heart to where he's just loving. Mozinga. Mozinga, I will have you know, our resident etymologist. Words. Yes, Mozinga, I'm now into anime. Oh, shoot. Mozinga, what happened to me? What is it my son said to me? Mommy, it's called manga. And I was like, what? Is that how I say it? So, yes, I'm always learning how to say these words and their origin because of Mozinga to expand. And I will end with Matthias. Matthias, a young man who saw his reflection and said, whoa, wait a minute, that won't do. And he decided, I must change. He had an experience and he decided, I must change. I can't end with just Mozinga. I gotta say Anot. How can now Anot? I don't know. She's not in the chat, but I don't know if you know Anot. Anot. What a beautiful woman she is. Again, so loving. She really, really is. You get to know her, you'll recognize that it doesn't matter what valley you had to crawl through. You can learn from her. You don't let it taint you. You don't let hardship blind your eye and harden your heart. That's what you'll learn from Anot. She is absolutely beautiful. And we'll say Ms. M, who shows up. She may be in the shadows a little bit, but she is kind. She's thoughtful. She hypes up the space. She reminds us always of the value we are getting and our inner fortitude. Ms. M. Jeff, darling. I can say this about Jeff. Jeff is dependable. He is reliable. He always shows up. We haven't had a deep, intimate conversation, but I can tell because you're here every day. You are, my beautiful Jeff. You are every day. And with always a kind word. Always. And then we have Lilith. Ah, my sweet Lilith. Yes. Now there is a young woman with boldness, you know. Boldness. Every time I speak to her, what boldness. And she is sure of herself. My Lilith. But then I can't not say hello to Dee Dee. Now Dee Dee is younger yet. And Dee Dee has been through it. But she says, Angela, I come out on top because I apply. I'm like, yeah, you sure do. And she eagerly shares her testimony. That's Dee Dee. You see, all of you who are in this space, you might think I don't see you, or sometimes you will share things, but know that you impact me, you influence me every single day that you show up. And if I have forgotten you, like to say your name, it's only because I haven't seen you in the chat somewhere or in my face here on Fanbase. And there are many names to remember. But because I have not said your name, it does not mean you haven't inspired me in some way, shape, or form. You most certainly have. All of you. So you see, this is the world we live in right now. Take the time to find what is good about you. I see it. I'm looking at you. Here's looking at you, kid. I'm looking at you. And if I see it, I just told you what I saw, what you showed me. Now you have something to go on when you look at yourself. You sure do. Ah, smoking. Oh, smoking. Mm. Oh, Lord. You see, smoking and cyber are similar, you know. Cyber knows the word and he shares the word with me. Smoking also knows the word. He shares the word with me. This is how these two are similar, but where they differ in their own beautiful way, right? Cyber, the questions, the way his mind works. Smoking? Smoking's on the quiet side. He says, oh, well, let me mull that over. Let me ponder that. See, all these names are going to pop into me now because I want to remember everybody. And the Zen alien panda. Hello. Welcome to the space, sweetie. Welcome. I see you. Um, but I trust today. Oh, I'm just reading comments here. Ruby, network issue. Oh, she has network issues today, she says. It's okay. We're all still here. Agnieszka says, can you repeat how I can donate as my gratitude? Oh, something just as my gratitude for today's inspirations. Oh, so um, to make a donation, you can click the link in my bio for Fanbase or Twitter. But in the description on YouTube, my link tree is there. And you click on that link tree, you'll see a little dollar sign, and it will take you to PayPal because we Canadians, we don't have Cash App. We have PayPal or we have Western Union. That's it. We are not as free spirited as our American counterparts. So that is how you can make a donation. And if you don't want to do that, but you say, well, I'd like to support your channel. Well, YouTube, I have a membership for it. It starts at 99 cents a month. You can also do that. You can do that if you'd like to. If you feel compelled to do so, not forced, but moved to do so. And another way that you can also help me is to comment, share, like. That is also a beautiful way to get the word out into the hearts and minds of people. So, there. That is what I will say today. Um, Ruby says her gran has a wise saying: each one teach one. Young can learn from the old as the old can learn from the young. But of course, you see, you're looking at rhythm there. You're looking at the law of rhythm. Yes? The ebb and the flow, young and old, right? And we've all been through things, and this is how we learn and grow. And that's why we shouldn't be separated from each other, right? Because we learn from each other. Because when you teach, you learn. When you learn, you teach. Just like when you give, you receive. When you receive, you give. It's one motion, one fluid motion, right? Wow. You guys have inspired me so much today. Thank you so very much for being here. There'll be no gravy from the bowl today because y'all have to celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on. You guys have to celebrate. What are you celebrating? Hey, Jay! Oh, Jay. Listen, now I haven't known Jay for very long. But what I do know of Jay, Jay wants to be the best that he possibly can be. Jay wants to move through the world spreading love and appreciation. That's what he wants to do. That's how I met Sweet Jay. He says, this is the world we live in, and these are the hands we're given. Yes, use them and let's start trying to make it a place worth living in. Oh, Phil Collins said that? For real? Huh. I didn't know that. I love Phil Collins. But you see, take the time to find the beauty within you to celebrate it, because that is what today is all about. You will learn the law of correspondence if you practice what I just said. You see, the big picture is, and we'll close with this, the big picture is the entire nation is celebrating their sovereignty. Now, bring that down to you on the micro level, because it is you as an individual who is part of the whole, not separate from it. So even if you don't like what things represent and what they stand for, we don't complain, but we apply the celebration to our lives and how we have changed. Because if you fortify the individual, then you strengthen the community. When you strengthen the community, you strengthen society. You strengthen society, you strengthen the nation. So you see, it is not in vain. Hmm? Whose name just popped into my heart? Sweet Cheryl. 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 Y'all don't know Cheryl. Cheryl is also a Bajan, a Barbadian, eh? Cheryl is fired up. There is such love and service that she pours out on a daily basis. We don't see it because we're not around her, but she does. Unconditionally, she cares. This is her gift, her contribution. Cheryl. She doesn't just care about her, but what she cares about emanates from her and it affects everybody around her in a most beautiful way. My Cheryl. Well, I talk to Cheryl all the time. You understand? Queen Marat. Queen Marat. Poet extraordinaire. a way with words that invokes you to move and act. That's what she is. That's what she does. I can just hear her right now in my head calling me professor. She edifies. She uplifts. That's Queen Morant. And again, if I did not say your name, it is not because I don't know. It's just because I'm so used to seeing particular names in the chat. Mm, I love you all. Go forth on this celebratory day and celebrate the accomplishments that you have done. Celebrate how you have applied the law in your life. And if you can't find anything to celebrate, remember, celebration is happening all around you. Just immerse yourself in it and celebrate for the very fact of celebration itself because it will add to you. You understand? It will always add to you. And that is where I will leave you on this beautiful, beautiful day. I love you all. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, Jeff, and the Zen Alien Panda. Thank you for being here on Twitter. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. And tomorrow, I'll see you. Twitter is closed. Fanbase, Flo Smiles, L, My Melanin Casey, Miss McQueen, Yolanda Zola. I will see you on the morrow, my beautiful friends. Much love to you all. Fanbase is closed. YouTube, 3, 2, 1. I love and appreciate you all, and I will see you on the morrow. Much love.